All right, I'm gonna figure out this technologies of multi-streaming eventually. Hi everybody. Looks like we got a little bit of chat on the window for you guys. That's what I was trying to figure out right now. So that should help. So we got people on Twitch, we got people on YouTube. They can see what everyone else is saying. That was kind of the thought process. I'm kind of not centered, am I? Let's see if we can fix that. How's everybody doing today? Alt, Control. What button am I looking for here? Option. Yeah. There we go. Net Geek, how's it going? So I'm trying to figure out. I got chat everywhere. Trying to get this all figured out. Now, why don't I see? There it is. There it is. All right, so we're checking YouTube. Everything's looking great. We got a couple followers, it looks like, on Twitch. Thank you so much. We're going to play some old school farming here. Pick up right where our video from yesterday left off. And we got some things. Let me get my stuff all situated. Oh, the controller's not even plugged in. I'm slacking. Well, welcome in, everyone. Actually about to start drinking. It's noon. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Whoa. What do we want to do? We need to make some money because we have some things that we're going to want to buy. We're going to have some things we want to buy because if you watched yesterday's video, we have nowhere to store the sugar beets and we have a ridiculous amount of sugar beets yet to harvest. And let me know if game audio is too loud. It seems like it is. That's too loud. That's too loud. Come in here. And I'm going to pull that down for both of us a little bit. Yeah, that's way better for me. Way better for me. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, a little too loud, Shawnee. Thank you so much. But I think that should be better. Viper, how's it going? So new to the channel? Yeah, we're going to see how long we do some daytime streams like this, depending on what happens in my life here. Get it together, Chris. Jeez, David. We're getting there. It's a new world. It's a new world. Try to get the multi, stream going and being able to see the chat. And I don't know if I like the chat on the stream. I'm going to play around with the settings because that's going to be a little hard to read. I don't know. It's kind of cool, though. But it does let people that are on Twitch see what people on YouTube are saying. So it doesn't just seem like I'm talking to myself and making things up. So we have a lot of things that I didn't sell in the episode that we're going to sell today. And the goat's milk's one of them. We got a little bit here. I think... we're gonna try to play like a real farmer. There's Bailey. Oh, the truck's over by the pigs. Yeah, let's just tab to it. We'll get the trailer. We'll load those. We'll load everything up. But yeah, this farm's coming together nice. Got some sugar beets on the ground there. We're gonna have to figure out what we want to do with them. Got some comments talking about some. The multi-fruit silos or some containers that we can use that we'll probably potentially take a look around during the stream to figure out what we want to buy for that. Just hopped in to get those beets harvested. Pretty much. Yeah, we'll get to it. We're gonna make some money first though. That's gonna be we're definitely not running it at ×5. We'll run it a little slower to get through that. My goodness. That is quite the adventure, trying to harvest those one row at a time. Definitely reminded me why I don't do root crops very often. Oh, that was a little aggressive. Sorry, Bailey. Oh, we got the indicator there for a second. Woo, at a customer company, so I'll hurry. No worries, BP. Not me. I'm on PS5. Thank God. Liftable pallets. Yeah, that's a good one. Your vids popped up on my feed for YouTube. My son and I watched your content together. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I try to make it all age appropriate. It's kind of my drive. We might, try to target a little older audience, but still keep it PG. Oh, can we do 2 at a time? Oh, that's sad. That is sad. So the goat's milk should bring in a decent amount of money. I know we probably just missed the peak price. I think it was probably late September. But we'll get these loaded on here. And I feel like I'll be able to do a better job on stream than on videos because I feel less rushed. I don't know why. I'm trying to learn to not rush myself. But it happens. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And then we're going to just kind of, we'll just maneuver it over a little bit. We saw you driving towards the sugar beet field with the harvester and thought, oh, this is going to be a long... Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess I don't know. There's a lot that I want to create on the channel, and just dictating things based on views and some of the other series are doing a lot better. This one, I don't know. I don't know. I know the core audience loves this series, so it makes me sad to like slow it or kind of end it. But we hit all the goals that we wanted to. But the fact that I love this farm so much, I wanted to keep it going on stream. I think I learned my lesson with New Lands in FS22. Where we just played it too many years and the views just, they keep dropping. It's just the nature of playthroughs on YouTube. Yeah, trying to keep up here. Yeah, the skid steer's fun. I maybe like, are there old school? I don't know, like the history of when things came out, like telehandlers. I imagine there's some old school ones. And then I was kind of debating if we're gonna keep this completely old school or if we can maybe age up as the years go by. Yeah, we have a 0 to 5 million challenge. We have some 0 to 10 million challenges. Not necessarily a 1 million in a while. When FS25 first came out, I think one of my like 3rd or 4th videos was like a speed run to $1 million with just lettuce. All types of series out there. It's kind of hard to see, and like the playlists it gets confusing. YouTube, in my opinion, has kind of done a poor job with making playlists make sense. Like I remember years ago, you would watch a video and you could see what playlist it was on by watching it. I can't seem to figure out how to do that on any videos anymore. So I don't know what the purpose of, other than like people that navigate to the playlist, it seems like there's no point in playlists anymore. It's frustrating. I don't know if like maybe I'm just not the best YouTube user at this point. I don't know. I'm trying for the high honor end on. Yeah, I don't know anything about that game. I bought it and never installed it, so I don't even know what that means. Red Dead Redemption 2. Some are backwards. I tried to fix most of those. For whatever reason, and I actually think they fixed this recently, because I just created a playlist on the Socks Way Up channel, and it by default did, or maybe it's my default settings, but by default it did oldest to newest instead of newest to oldest. I don't know why you would want to default a playlist newest to oldest. I guess if you're a content creator that the videos don't matter in a certain order, then you probably want your newest one. But so I think that might be a channel default that I can look into. But at one point I went through and tried to clean all of those up, because that is like, I've ran into some other people doing that, and then myself on my channel too got a lot of comments saying that, do these not get sold here? Oh, they do. It's just the strangest strangest way the trigger works on this map. Like the certain spots that it likes it. There we go. And that last one. So we're up to 206, plenty of cash. My service here at work is awful. Keep getting spikes. So apologize for having a dip. No, no worries, David. Thank you for trying to participate. Great driving. I tried a sunken sanctuary. And lagged in the game. The first two videos went good and then fell face. Darwin, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Alan, how's it going? All right, we got ourselves in a situation here. There we go. And I think we have... We're just going to auto-load right here. Oh, I think we have, yes, some big money right here. I never turned on the apple trees. But I understand. I've gotten it shared a few times that there's a few awesome mods out there that let you modify and customize how the productions work. So that's something I really need to look into. Just been kind of lazy with that. Yeah, Bailey's awesome. Bailey, like, it's just shocked me. Like, great addition to a mod having the dude there, and I think it was a certain configuration on the mod as well on that trailer. He's got the best balance in the world. This truck's steering's terrible. You wouldn't happen to be the race car driver? When are we going back to Cattle Ranch? Well, we might. There's just so much I have planned and ideas that I have that I don't know. I have to go back and look at that. I think I mentioned in one of the videos of this series that, man, I don't know. Maybe, I thought I disconnected that. Maybe one of these days I'll tell you why we started Cattle Ranch the way we did, but I'm going to keep that a little personal. It was a mistake on my part. I wasn't really happy with anything to do with that series. Was trying to force it out, and I just didn't enjoy it. So it was rough for me to keep pushing through it when from day one I felt like it started off wrong. Tried to fight through it, but I don't know. It just didn't have the same vibe to me as the 22 one did. And I think the map choice was a lot to do with that. There's our sprayer. We're going to have to get some herbicide. We're going to get this field in front of us here taken care of with the weeds before we get back to sugar beet harvesting. Do need to check on the animals. I neglected, I think, at the end of that episode to make sure that they had all the feed that they need. In chat, how's everyone doing? Tried FS series on my channel mainly for logging challenge. Oh, I got you. I think we're gonna focus a little bit on landscaping and the newest. I think we're gonna change the name of it, but the AI Replace Me video. That series, I have some awesome plans for the way we're gonna progress to build that property out. I'm super excited about that. But tomorrow, you probably have seen some people live in some videos. I know Daggerwin has his going on. Farmers Dynasty 2 comes out tomorrow, technically probably midnight tonight. I'm not sure exactly when that'll drop, but we will be doing some videos on that. We'll see. My biggest concern with that is if it's ever going to be replayable and if everyone's playthrough is going to be the same. That's my concern with that game, and I don't know if it's going to be as replayable as a Farming Simulator, and it kind of makes you realize how awesome Farming Simulator is. BM Wood, how's it going? Been watching your YouTube videos forever. Finally catching a stream. Thank you. Wife and I considered doing a channel we play together. It would do so good. That is such a I don't want to say missing component or like sub niche of Farming Simulator, in my opinion. There might be some people out there. I know I saw some videos where Buck has his wife in some of the videos, but I don't think she actually plays. I think she just like hops into for some like role playing. So that's I think that would be an awesome idea. I think it would do well. Nothing better than an actual married couple bickering with each other, especially if you're making farm decisions. Would be neat to do and it'd be cool to I know some of Fearsome Rhino and Yosho's videos would like switch between perspectives, and I think he's done that with a couple other people as well. I think that's another. There it is. Say I went down or upstairs to get my water before I started, and I misplaced it, but I found it. What are your thoughts on paying 40? Oh, that's not where we're supposed to be. For the as a Giants partner, it I should say I think you should buy it and use my code, but I don't. I don't think it adds much value. Like if you really love fishing and want to do like a fishing industry, then it would be worth it. I would wait for it to be on sale. I think Giants has a sale that's starting too. But yeah, I mean 40's steep for that. I completely disagree with that being considered a full DLC. But it did add some functionality. It added fishing. It added some new industries. Yeah, I'm not a fan. What simple thing could we be done to improve? I feel like it's close to a good game. It's I struggle with this topic because I hear a lot that like it's not realistic enough. Like for me, I'm like I don't know better. I think some of the I was thinking about this yesterday. The one thing for sure that I think that could really help the game. There's a lot of awesome maps that these custom PC map creators make, and sometimes I'll jump into like Riverbend Springs is an amazing map in my opinion. It is one of my favorite maps on Farming Simulator. I just everyone played it because it's like the default American map. But they don't do enough maps that they create themselves. Like they built the game engine, they have the in-house developers that develop the game, and when they do maps, they're awesome maps. I wish we saw more from them. I know they rely on the community, or it's nice that the community can make it, the modding community. But that's one thing that I think I personally would like to see, because like the map we're using, the West, I always forget the name of it, Westbridge Hills something. For the landscaping one was a Farming Simulator map originally, and it's an awesome map. Judith Plains is so stuff like that would be so sweet to see like on console, Judith Plains, but it probably wouldn't work. But like feature wise, that's like I don't know. I think that's better for actual farmers. For me, the physics engine seems a little off. I don't think it's terribly off, but when you do, I don't know. Like I struggle with this topic because I feel like we want more realism, but I feel like some things they try to go too far, like the way logs work. I feel like goes a little too far in trying to be realistic, where other games simplify it, but it would totally break the concept of the game to do it. Like go look at what Farmers Dynasty 2 does with logs. I don't know. Or like an arcade mode to where you can have it to where it's just like I have an inventory. I would like to see health, hunger, energy levels. I would like it to be a little bit more of is it RPG? I don't know if it's RPG, but I feel like it could be a little bit more than just tractors. It could be the actual person that's running the farm having to take care of themselves too. Oh, let's see. I love the Michigan maps being from that area, but the ditches suck on those maps. My biggest, and I haven't seen, there was one that just came out that I wanted to check out. I feel like they're too flat. I feel like the Michigan maps out there are just a little too flat and not realistic to, well, at least to where I live. It's nowhere close to being flat here. Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I've always been disappointed. I think it might be the skyboxes that turned me off from the Michigan maps, but I guess that is realistic to Michigan. There's not really a lot of mountains. Yeah, that's true. The thumb is flat, but I would love to see some Upper Peninsula maps personally, and I started working on one, but man, that is time consuming. I don't have that kind of time or patience. Like buy stuff for your house. Yeah, I think that would be pretty sweet. I just feel like there's more to farming than just than what the game has, right? Like I'd like to see the addition or a setting that allows or forces goods to go bad. I think that would be pretty neat. So you can't just store eggs by your production and hope that they don't. I mean, I know eggs might be a bad example because they can last pretty long especially if you don't clean them. But if just stuff like that, like you have to have a refrigerator for the milk to stay good, or stuff like that, I think would be pretty neat. Other farmers work fields based. Other farmers working field. Yes. I think I heard someone say there was a mod that does that now. But absolutely, that is a perfect example of a feature that could be, I feel like, easily added. I'd like to see them interact with people that make Horseplay and Auto Drive and make those part of base game. I think would be awesome. I mean, all these things could be optional. Like they're new features that could be added, but I don't know. I think I would love a complete game engine upgrade because I feel like the graphics are still a little bit behind on what other games can do. And like we kind of mentioned that when I did the FS19 video, it just didn't feel like there's been an increase in the 6 years in between the games that there should have been in two different, from 19 to 22 to 25. I just don't feel like the graphics have improved enough. But it's still like, what else are you going to play if you love farming? Like in reality, like the other games, and we'll find out Farmers Dynasty, but I just don't expect it to have the replayability that Farming Simulator has, and that's what keeps people coming back to it, I think. Making corn, yeah, that should be base game. There's that's yeah. I don't like playing without mods. Yeah, that's the thing. And it seems like every game that I fall in love with is like mods are required. Like City Skylines, mods were required. Base game is not. Well, base game's good, but it's not replayable. I think the mods, I guess, is what really makes games replayable. Interesting stuff. But again, until another competitor comes out and actually has a similar game, I don't know enough about the legal side of like licensing, if these companies are like guaranteed to only share their license with Farming Simulator. I don't know about that, but that's something that is also a concern. Like, can there be a competitor? And if there can't be, then things wouldn't get any better. CS and CS2 are horrible without mods. Yeah. Games that embrace mods. Yeah, 100%. 100%. If you're going to make a game these days and not build in mod support from day one, I think you're making a mistake. Unless it's a mobile game, obviously. I don't even mind the graphics. The problem is the aspect of the game that is equated. Yeah, I can't say I know there's been changes to the game engine and upgrades to it, but I don't think it's there. Like, I just use my own like brain from what I've learned in the software industry. I don't I don't know if there is problems with existing. Well, we're talking years ago, but existing game engines that couldn't do what they need them to do in Farming Simulator to have to require to have your own. I just don't know enough about that side of it, but I kind of do question the necessity of, like, it's just, think about the extra overhead. You have to maintain your own game engine, you have to maintain your own games, and instead of using someone else's game engine like Unreal or something, I don't know. That's way above my head. I don't even really completely know what I'm talking about on that aspect. But I feel like that's where the graphics kind of fall behind. See, I've heard a lot of people say that FS25 is laggy. If you could show me in my game the example of that, I haven't played a lot of multiplayer. Maybe that's where it's laggy. I don't see that. The big problem I have is the big circle. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing default. CS is worse than FS when it comes to mods doing what the... Yeah. Well, and to be fair, they did a decent job of adding some things into CS2 that should have been base game CS1. And I do know the first couple updates that we've seen from the new studio seems to be really listening to the community and adding things to base game. Yeah, I imagine the lagging is on multiplayer, and that's another aspect of running your own game engine. I don't know, but I assume that those are some issues that wouldn't be a problem. I know there's a lot of limitations with Giant's engine when it comes to multiplayer and the amount of cores, CPU cores that you can have, and yeah, but again, not the expert on that topic. I liked the plowing mechanics in FS22, but the planting and cultivating works. Ground deformation, I feel like, was a great idea and not pulled off. I found lagging when I'm playing multiplayer about 50 milliseconds ping. Got worse when ping would spike. Running local servers, yeah, absolutely. It's been a while. Like, I haven't done much. I don't have experience with FS25, but with FS22, a lot of the issues were something to do with the providers. Like, I don't know who's hosting the multiplayer server. And the locations, if you're across the country from people, that's just part of multiplayer servers. And it would be nice if they hosted their own or had an option for that. I'm a lone wolf too, for the most part. The LOD circle is a huge problem. Multiplayer more, is it? When multitasking? I noticed in a couple people's videos recently some really bad things with it. And we got an update, like 3 months ago, where the graphics seemed to improve and everything seemed to improve. And then they dropped the pre-patch for, I'm just going to call it the Boar update. And it seems like it reverted back to a ton of graphic problems. And I know a couple people that are really mad that they can't make multiplayer game or videos right now because of how bad the textures are. I don't know. I host a Deddy and play 100% multiplayer with my friends. Do you have issues with lag? If you host it on your machine, I only play alone. Satellite internet sucks. I'm lucky to have Gigablast in my area. Yeah, I would like to see an improvement with the way sharing mods works. Especially third, and maybe they don't do this because they don't want to support the ability to sync third-party mods. But I feel like if you're granted access to someone's server, it should be able to just pull them down from the server and install it on your computer. They're all zip files either way. I hate that you have gig internet. All I have is more. Oh, you're stuck with Spectrum. We had Spectrum when we first moved here, and was one of the reasons I stopped recording multiplayer at first, and then Highline had their little project that installed on our road. I don't think it's throughout the whole Delta County yet, and I don't know when it's going to get all the way up to Marquette, but it's been pretty awesome. This map's called Farmlands. Hosted on a separate PC. That's smart. That might be what I do with the... Well, I don't know if I can. Yeah, Highline's been good. I think I've had in the I think it's been about 3 years that I've had them now. Maybe 2. I've lost track. But I think we've had 2 outages that were significant enough to remember. And neither... Well, one of them was during a work day, and I couldn't work for a while. But yeah, it's been pretty good. So yeah, Spectrum's, my understanding is just like, especially up here, just way too far behind on the technology that they have installed around the area. Video of me on guitar, man. I have to remember how to play. It's been way too long. I got the ping of a donkey. You need a separate license for the game and all DLCs, but definitely recommend self-hosting. Oh, that's true. That is true. I do the like self-hosted multiplayer to help with the roleplay series with money and finances. Jocko, how's it going? This map is on PC, and I believe Farmlands is on console. I'm like 90% sure on that. We're hanging in there. We're doing good. Oh, you're over on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you. The cost of the license will pay for itself. That's true. That is true. It's not cheap, especially if you do it long term, or renting these servers from the providers like, wow, I can't even think of their name. Can't even think of their name. G-Portal. Yeah, early stream. Hanging out. We got a video coming out. I think I set it to 5 p.m. Eastern today. I'm going to flirt around with that for a while. I did see a person who just had a PC for recording and playing. Yeah, that's how I am. I have a Mac Mini now that I'm recording and streaming from, and then playing on the computer on my PC. Okay, so that's finally done. That took a while. So that's good. So now the inevitable is we got to get back to this. Oh boy, this field is huge too. Where are we going to store this stuff? We need more storage over here. Maybe that's what we spend some money on right now. It's too big. It's too big. Oh, that one, like, I like the looks of that, but it's just a little bit too big, too. Should we do these beat up ones? I think they're a little too rusty. Can you customize these? I really wish there was a better mod for Neptune, but I think it's because of the lack of interest for root crops. Yeah, they're not the most exciting crops to work on. I don't like that either. That's an auto-loading one? Garage to store your vehicles and tools, but it has... What are these icons? Oh, you can hide things? That's 10,000. I kind of want to just see what this is now. Like what you can hide on this. Overlaps. There we go. Let's go over there. I mean, I guess we'll just visit. Unhide. What are we unhiding? Oh, okay, but the icons are kind of annoying. Oh, that's kind of sweet. So you can completely enclose it and decide which one you want it open. Like if we had this side, but you'd probably on this setup want to come over here and like leave that. I'm kind of want to leave that here. I don't know what we would use it for over here. Been playing with your net worth mod on my gameplay. It's awesome. That's sweet. Well, it probably works for you because it's on single player. I think there's no, that one probably works on multiplayer fine. I won't take no contracts no more on PS5 for root. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either. Okay, so we need something here. I don't really want to go mod hunting right now. I mean, this almost naturally fits here. But we wouldn't have a lot of area to navigate. I think we just need like a little baby shed right here just for a couple more things. Like that's too big. We'll just leave it out in the open for now. No, I don't. I will not. The type of mods that I make will never be compatible with console until they allow scripting mods to be on console. Just, yeah, they don't do that. I don't understand why. Because it's not we're not doing anything different. Maybe it's the way they package it. My understanding, and we had a debate on this on a stream before, was it's not that Lua can't be on the consoles. I honestly, I know nothing about console development. It seems like they could, and it seems like you could have scripted mods on console. That's what I'm trying to say, but I don't know. What I didn't try because I was intimidated was this. That is intimidating. Just, and where's our, is there too many lines there? Excuse me. That's, oh man. What do you like? Oh. So, okay, so what we're going to do here. So the thing is we got to figure out where we're putting the controller down for a second. We got to figure out what we're going to do with these. So, let's go in here. Like, what does this hold? I don't know if the height would work, but something like this. What is the combination? Okay, so let's take our truck and let's learn. Could we put a different bed on here? A different if this doesn't have a different configuration, we'll find out. I'll try to get caught up on chat here in a second. I just got really laser focused. Oh, for sure. I am so tempted to pull in some crazy mods right now just to pull this off, but I'm also tempted to stay old school here. All right, so the configuration on this. Bedside, but that doesn't make it to where you can put. Okay, so we got $220 some thousand. You're gonna go over here for now. We're gonna start manhandling you. Let's take a look. Let's take a look now. So if we got something like this, that would be old school. Can we not change the color though? What does frame do? I don't see anything that changed there. Capacity, Unreal. So we could have Unreal capacity on this. All right, so we're going to buy that. And then we're going to go to combinations. See, I feel like, isn't this our... This is what I want anyways. What's the capacity on here? Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is what we want. All right, and then we're going to sell that other thing. We're not going to worry about like making our money back from it or anything. The Omaha bed, yeah, we don't need that. Okay. Okay, so this, we're going to see if the height is okay to be able to unload into it. It's kind of sweet. And it has the Unreal capacity. As soon as I saw how big you were planting that field, I was questioning. Honestly, I didn't even think about it at the time. I did not think about harvesting it. It's going to take 4 hours to do. Yeah, that's why we're going to try to get something set up here that we can try to get course play and auto drive to manage this field while we do other work around the farm. But I guess first we need to make sure the height is going to work. So pipe out. Oh, we didn't even check if this thing holds sugar beets, did we? Did we? Like it's your guys' fault? That seems like it would work. All right, let's make sure now. Where did that go? Oh my goodness, just start from the top. Yeah, it looks like it'll be fine. Okay, so let's harvest for a little bit. Andrew, how's it going? Harry plays. I don't know if I have a favorite map. Being completely honest, I don't know. All right, we're down. We're locked in. All right, there we go. See, it looks like it's getting 2 rows here, so that's not too bad. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, in theory, we should be able to figure out how to get auto drive working on this. We could also just modify the capacity of the little harvester if we wanted to. Yeah, 2 rows. PS5 maps. I mean, Alma, Missouri. Did we just? Oh, it is cruising around here. I'm trying to think of some other ones that are pretty good. Like I don't play on consoles, so it's hard for me to recommend them. Are we gonna be harvesting here? Let's scoot over one more. Yeah, I'd much rather make this NPCs, or however you want to call it, an AI workers problem. It feels like it's loading slower or filling up slower than it did while I was recording, and I don't know if that's just because I was recording, so it seemed like it was going faster. Yeah, Alma, Missouri, or Iowa Plains View. I don't know, and it depends on the style you like. If you like U.S. maps, you like wilderness maps. This one is probably my favorite wilderness map in FS25. I was a huge fan of No Man's Land, and I'm intentionally not playing the ripoffs that people are making because the map creator didn't want it made on FS25, so I'm respecting that. Yes, 100% agree that the best way there, James, is to just not plant them, and that's typically what we do on this channel. We don't usually do root crops. Okay, so let's just see. Is that a negative? Are we just not close enough? So this is the other thing that I didn't even really want to fight with making that video. Yeah, you just got to be so perfect. Okay, so what we're going to try this by ourselves for a little bit. So we know it was, I'm getting my hands confused what forward and backwards is. Go right here, we can lock in. No, that's not gonna, this is crazy. Are we lowered still? Nope, we want that up still. And activated. Now, let's come over here. Tell me I have follow me installed. But it's not gonna recognize. These mods might not be compatible. Yeah, it's not. That was the other idea. Now, why is that? It's finding it. There it goes. Okay, so it is. Okay, so now I shouldn't be in here. Yep, we got a worker in here. Our distance is 25. Our offset, we're going to want to move over, and this is what we'll have to figure out. But we want our distance to be basically 0. No. We're going to want 10, maybe 5. So let's go, whoops, back in here. Lock in. And let's see how close that is. And now that it's cruising, let's stop. Okay, so we're going to have to shift. Now we're going to go right control A and go maybe 3. Okay, so that's almost good. But, collision is going to be an issue, isn't it? Because if I close this, they're going to pull farther forward. Getting silence. Got a collision issue. Get high enough. Okay. Ha! There we go. There we go. So we could do this for a while. Harry, I'm not really sure what the schedule is going to be. Still working through that and don't know how long this unemployed time's going to last. So, well, all is kind of fluid right now. Could change any day. And hopefully it does change pretty quick. We'll see. And then if we loop around this way, we'll avoid hitting them. And hopefully they'll avoid the tree. Need to watch hours of that bad. And then we can just like grab random passes and just start doing them, right? Oh, this is just going to take forever. Now, are they not going to line up good because of collision still? No, we just let them catch up. Okay. We got a thing going. All right. Yeah, there is a pickup hand harvester mod. It looks like it does 5 rows at a time. Could you hand harvest with Courseplay? Can you hand harvest and have workers do it? Get like 20 of them out here. 20 hand harvesters. Yep, and we'll just loop back around this way. Oh, the turning radius isn't great. And we'll just grab a random row, lock in. And we'll let them catch up. Interesting. There they go. Not the worst thing in the world all of a sudden. It is AI compatible. We'll have to check that out. We'll have to see. But boy, there's got to be something more entertaining we can do on stream than this. See, I just don't know if I handed this over to an AI worker, what would happen with Follow Me. I feel like they're just going to collide with each other. And honestly, the other thing I was thinking about with this, now that we're like doing it on stream, is I might shut off crop or seasonal growth, because I love playing that way on wilderness maps, and I like forgot it was a thing. Otherwise, I probably would have done this one that way. Call the first responders and have them all walk up and down the rows. and just kind of like keep this field and harvest some of this when we need it for the pigs. It was another thing I was kind of thinking about doing. But like the capacity of that, like let's stop right here for a second and jump in here. We've only harvested 8,700. Wow. How was I getting so much on the recording? That's crazy. All right. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Oh boy. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just cancel that. We're just gonna let these sit here. Truck off. That's off. Let's jump in the John Deere. We got other things we can do. Grab the cultivator. I'd rather cultivate. Yeah, 8,700 out of 3 million so far. Pretty much. Yeah, we'll hold that off. Whew. Another think through. It might be the seasonal growth. Like if I could just have one field, not have seasonal growth, and just harvest those when we need it, would be so nice. Am I going the wrong way though? I don't know where my equipment is. I was really sad to see that the crop rotation mod doesn't work with wilderness maps or custom fields, really, which does make sense. Nope, it's not over here. This is the thing about having 2 farmyards is remembering where you put your equipment. I guess we're just cruising around. Yeah, that's basically what disabling seasonal growth does. The crop just won't wither. Last time I harvested sugar beets for pigs, we have like 500, 5,000, 50,000 and lasted for, yeah, it's like a one time and then just let the crop sit somewhere. There it is. There it is. Do we have horsepower issues with this? Maybe we do. Maybe that's why we got the case. Just drove a big circle. Need to get manual attach on this one. Was kind of hoping manual attach was optional when I installed it for no shortcuts, but it seems like it's not. So I feel like that would be a way better of an experience. And we're going to do this one. I want to, okay, this, I want to learn. I want to learn more. I saw an awesome video by the farming sim guy, and I just don't remember the buttons. What am I looking for? Controls. Not auto drive. Advanced vehicle. Okay. Open the menu is right control numpad slash. Right control. Okay, so that might be what we right control that. Okay. I want show lines as track only. Now, does that can do anything? So there's a button that I still needed to know to create that. I wish, why can't this just stay where I was when I closed it? Apply. No, we don't want that. Reverse. Now, I don't even know what it's called. Like, it should be like generate course or something. Move, change, calculate. Track layout, recalculate track layout. So 2, maybe. Right control and 2. Haha! Now, control end should lock me in. And we lower. Okay. So then there should be a way to auto turn around. So the beauty of this is it should be able to be used to create fields when you don't have the steering assist already working, or the ability to use steering assist. I wish, like, is there a way to like dim that? Oop. Now the next thing is like this right here. I forget what that's called. I should just watch the video again, or took notes. So there should be like, I don't know, and is it headland mode or something? Change display mode of lines. We'll check that out. Switch operational mode. Snap direction to track. Home, okay. Okay, so numpad star. Right control numpad star does the turning. Okay, and then we wanted to look at I already forgot. Nope. That's what I already forgot what the other one we were gonna look at was. I think it was dot, maybe. Home. Control. What is home? Yes. Okay, so that's much better to look at. Oh, why are you turning? Nope. Lower it. Control end. 3. And then... Oh. Maybe that did... Oh, that does do the turning. Home does the turning. But what is... And he's going to go to that next lane. This is pretty cool. It seems to have killed chat, though. Just making sure we're still live. This was a chat killer. How did we change the... Was it... Nope, that locks the game. We're here. Okay, so now I want to see if this auto turns at the end here. I want the mode to... I don't like the lines the way they are, so you don't necessarily need them. Oh, here we go on Kick. We got our one person watching that's just trying to show us how to cheat in ViewBot. Yeah, not interested. See, I didn't even do anything, so that's kind of sweet. But now, where's it going to go on the next one? Is it going to turn right? Like, this is cool, because then you could do stuff like... Man. And I want to see what it, like, how we're kind of a ways away, aren't we? but what's it gonna do when it turns, like for cinematics on recordings? Getting stuck in the mud there. Admiral, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Papa Farming, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm gonna probably take a little potty break here in a second, but I want to see this. I want to see this move around. I will say, enhanced vehicle makes making new fields and maps like Homestead with none so much. Yeah, that's kind of, that was my thought. It was, is making, like, it's not necessarily required for like this existing field, but that was sweet. It just auto turned around. So doing cinematics and like being able to like focus on like voiceover while I'm doing like a cinematic view like this was something that I wanted to kind of test that on. But yeah, making brand new fields 100% would be helpful. And that seems to be like the missing thing that I thought I figured out how to use Courseplay in FS22, but I don't know if it isn't a thing. But it'll also be something perfect for me to do my little be right back screen and still have some farming going. So we're going to do that. I'll be right back. It won't be long. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. I love that the lines disappear too in the screenshot mode when the HUD gets hidden. Oh, I think we have some double audio now. Why did that happen? I don't know if that's getting to you guys. Oh, it's my phone. It is getting to you guys. I was checking the stream on my phone. It was a shame seeing that FS25's GPS was a copy and paste of guidance steering from Well, I don't think it was a copy paste. I think that's the problem. I think if it was a copy paste, I think it would be better. I think if it was a copy paste, it would be better. And early on, that's what my big review of FS25 was that it was a console upgrade and not necessarily an upgrade for us on PC. I think the problem with this tractor was if we do speed override, it doesn't actually have the horsepower to do anything. But yeah, this mod's sweet. And this is where I don't know how to do the headlands. I think we do those on our own with this mod. But those little areas that we miss, you go back and get those at the end is what I'm assuming we do. Oh, I lost my chat over here. There we go. Chemtrail, how's it going? No, I haven't, and we're probably going to soon because I'm testing out I-beam tracker. I think that's what it's called. And it is absolutely something that I feel like it requires steering wheel once you move to it. And then also, where is it at? I do have this that I haven't tried out yet. Whoops, there's the camera. And apparently this is going to be what's going to make me like logging. And front loaders. Apparently that's a way better one. So than what I was using. I was like using that in controller seems weird, so we might get the steering wheel back out. The other thing was I didn't like the. It's so dusty. It's so dusty. I don't like how big this steering wheel is, and so let's see if I can get it off of here real quick. It's on there good. When they installed my window, they tried to block the drywall dust, but they didn't do a great job. No, it's on there pretty good. I got a smaller Moza wheel to go on here, but I feel like I need what's like in between the two. The smaller wheel was great when I tried out NASCAR 25. I better be careful. We almost unplugged the entire system right now. So that might be coming soon. And I might build my own custom desk for the steering wheel setup. It's been something I've wanted to do in this room because I'm not a fan of the setup I have right now, and I kind of want to be closer to the window. You guys can't really see it right now. You got the Moza R5 trucking bundle and love it. Yeah, I don't remember. I think mine's the R7. But it's awesome. It's awesome software. I just wish the buttons and everything auto-mapped. I just wish it auto-mapped in FS. Okay, so let's see if we can hide those again. Wasn't that one? Was it this one? Nope, that's the main. Oh, we could just do it here. Hide lines automatically. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so hide lines automatically is on, but they're staying. Okay, there we go. We didn't hit okay. We didn't hit okay. Yeah, I gotta get it set back up. The biggest problem I have, well, yeah, the biggest problem I had was moving the camera while recording. And I know talking to some other FS content creators, using the steering wheel while recording didn't seem to be great for them either. I do know some do, but controllers just seems to be a lot easier for movements like this instead of my jerky mouse movements that I used to do. So that was a big reason I moved away from it, was just trying to improve the content. Right, number three. Okay, so we got to turn them back on probably, right? So let's do that. And then we'll hit okay. And then right 3. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Yeah, I wish you could just dim it a little bit. Like make it look like it's in the background, kind of like the ones that you've already passed on auto steer do. That's kind of what I was looking for there. Had to get some caffeine. Oh, he's not liking that turnaround. So it automatically does it, but I wish you could what happens when I do that and then I come back? Then we just start driving again. I wish you could have a worker use this. And that keybind works on both the track mode and when you're on normal access lock guided steering mode. Nice. I want, so Farming Sim Guy, I think it was Farming Sim Guy, just released Steam Deck icons for just being able to push the buttons on Steam Deck. And so now it's making me want to buy a Steam Deck, but we're not going to be spending any unnecessary money right now. What should we, so I started cultivating this because I want to use the planter, and the planter requires cultivation. So I'm trying to think what could we plant here for the farm. Logitech Heavy Equipment Bundle has joysticks which would work. Yeah, mine broke. I have the joystick that comes with that bundle, and that's what I was using for the longest time. I don't feel like it was good enough though. Does that have? Yeah, it was the size of it. The little tiny little joystick was the thing I didn't like about that. And something, I don't know if it was the USB port, it just stopped connecting to my computer for whatever reason. I don't know why. But like this looks like if somebody came to the stream, they're like, this guy's not even playing. I'm kind of not. Ooh, we got a follow on Kick. Interesting name. Maggot Piss, huh? What was that? Control 3? Now it's like, yeah, he's playing. I'm playing. So yeah, now I'm kind of debating. It is easy mode. Is it too easy? But man, it's nice. But yeah, having workers do this process instead of like course play, like would be so nice, because if they could just turn around like this with course play, that would be sweet. That would be pretty sweet. Yeah, what crops should we plant here? If anything is more realistic, any farmer running serious acreage runs an auto drives. That's very true. That is very true. We did get some complaints early on in this series of old school that this technology wouldn't have been around. I get it, but I don't know. Yeah, the problem I had with the farm equipment, the heavy farm equipment, if it's the same one I'm thinking, I think it is the like you push the middle button on it to change modes, and well probably, and that's why I think people do two of the Thrustmaster farm sticks, but that seemed to be what was bothering me. And it has a little, where's my hand? It has a little joystick on it, like a controller, whatever these are called. I always forget what these are called. I guess that is the joystick, isn't it? And that allows you to move the camera, and it would be the same as the controller. So I would have it on my hand. So I think that's where we're gonna potentially give the steering wheel another shot here soon. I just haven't had time to get the desk organized for it again. Family Guy, how's it going? GPS systems are regularly retrofitted to older equipment. Just say you're using yeah, that's not a bad point. Because we didn't call this like the 1970s series. It was the old school series, right? We're limiting the equipment we're using. Soybeans. Yeah, I guess we don't have to limit ourselves to crops for the animals. That's what I was trying to do on this series. We don't really need to do that anymore. Soybeans would be a pretty good one. Does it require a planter? I guess it does. I might have that mod installed. That I think our seeder allows us to plant soybeans. But do we need, like, this field's pretty big. So, like, equipment upgrades is something we should probably look into with the money we have. And also, I wanted to get some different cattle. So we might do that in a little bit and make sure that everything's taken care of over there, because they might be out of water. I think they are out of water. Probably want to solve that long term. I don't know if the auto watering system works for animals. Yeah, if this could work for workers, man, that would be something else. Because I think that, like, it seems like it would be so much quicker than the AI the game comes with, and quicker than course play. Reset mod configuration. Attention. No. We don't want to do that. Reload XML. Oh, that's cool. This is what I want. Okay. This is what I was looking at. Okay. Is it going to hit the tree? Oh, got lucky there. All right, I'm trying to get a list of things we could do right now. But I feel like we got to finish this field. We're going to actually switch tractors so we can get it done a little quicker. This little thing's cool, though. It's like we could fight with it. It's like a sword. Whew. It's a little distracting though. So that's when you would do this. There. All right, we're going to jump on the case so we can do a little bit of override to get that done. We're just going to park this over here for now. Actually, let's take care of the water. I'm 99% sure they're out of water, that the cattle are out of water. And is that back? Yeah, it's back here right now. It's like the one job. I'm looking at my, is the stream really blurry? That's not good. Seems like it might be blurry. It's unfortunate. I dropped the frame or the frame rate because of Twitch. Oh, so it does look good? Okay. Maybe it's just my preview over here. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. See, that doesn't seem promising. Looks fine. Okay. Stream quality appears to be fine on my end at 10. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Lifted photo. Okay, so we want to put a well in somewhere though, because we don't want to drive to the river or the lake with our little tiny little thing here. So maybe where we're thinking about putting a shed might be a good spot for a little well. What mod do you use for getting info? Oh, that is the same mod that we were using for the little auto driving or the little driving we're doing right now. It is enhanced vehicle. Enhanced? Frame rate is noticeable, is it? Stupid Twitch having us. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. We won't. We want this, I think. I think we want this. Okay, how do you interact with it in the back, right? Maybe it goes right here. That works. Oh yeah, I do have a Twitch. Thank you for following over there. I just haven't been streaming on it. Not sure what's gonna happen here. While we're technically unemployed, so we're just kind of pushing every revenue possible that we could think of on the content creation and kind of going a little serious about it while I'm figuring out the job situation, to being completely honest. I mean, that's what we do to survive, right? So this will be much more enjoyable to just drive up to our well. Like, we obviously need a little bigger tank, but this will definitely work for now. And they're munching on meadow, so they probably don't need food. Yeah, they're looking good with food. Yeah, there's some clips over there on Twitch that are from a very long time ago. Some 5M clips they're kind of funny, but they're not the best. A lot's changed in my world since my 5M days. I don't know the capacity there, so we'll give them a couple loads full here just to get them by for a little bit. The Oliver. This is a perfect job for the Oliver. Perfect job. I actually saw it was a bigger one than this in town here that was for sale, and it looked pretty rough. It looked pretty rough. I don't think I would have been brave enough to buy it and try to fix it up. All right, so that should... Oh, they had enough water. Interesting. They got 12,000 just for the two of them. We're going to get them some more eventually. Maybe today. All right, let's find a good place to park this now. We'll get in the case, start finishing that cultivating. We might look into some bigger equipment eventually if we keep streaming these pretty regularly. I mean, if it was me and I knew I was going to be out here in a couple days, I'd probably leave it like that. The amount of equipment I see outside, like, makes me laugh because people will, like, complain about not putting your equipment away and not cleaning it. I'm like, go drive around my town. I see tractors that look like this outside all the time. Not much by all means, but every little bit helps. Thank you so much. Wish you a job hunt. Also, keep up the good content. Thank you so much. We got some things. We got some things in the works. Where did I? Oh, there it is. So we'll see how it goes. I wish the numbers worked out good to just like pull the trigger on this full time, and it's not quite there. And now I got to remember how we did this. Okay, so get right here. It's a different tractor. Oh, maybe we need to be like more in the field. Or just lock in. All right, so now we can do this. Oh, it's not showing though. Got it. All right, and then one of these and find a good speed, because that's going to be too fast. I think about like 13. Oh, we didn't have the mode switch though. So that one was something that I need to... There it is. Okay. So we'll get this set up. We'll see if this works. All right, that should be good. I would assume it's really hard to make content on Farm Sim full time. I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean... It's making enough money to like replace an existing old job, right? Like, I don't know. Don't want to get too much into that. That's kind of a drag. So switching tractors was interesting because it wanted to go the other direction. But kind of manhandling to finish. It's just kind of gonna brute force finish this side real quick so we can go to the other side. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's entertaining for these streams too, because like these long jobs are getting a little tedious. So that's why I just was like, let's go speed override so we can make some progress. I don't know about these lines either. Let's yeah. Tree. Uh-oh. 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 I've been saying some prayers for you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it. Did you get a chance to watch the new baseball video yet on the Sox Way Up channel? Actually, gonna edit another one of those once we end this. That was fun to make, and that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a long series, but it'll be cool. So if we start here, technically that thing should just crank. Oh, I'm that boring? Oh, dang it. Fell asleep mid-watch. That's funny. It moves. It's gonna move fast though. Just like I'll plug it over at the Sox Way Up channel. We're starting a road to. Oh, why you turn that way? Why you turn that way? Oh, you did see the win the high school. Yeah, that was pretty much the end of it. You saw. Oh no, yeah, that was pretty much the end of it. The combine was after that though. That's true, and the draft to see who drafted us and if we decided to go to college. Oh yeah, road to the show. We're starting as a closing pitcher. Starts in high school. You work your way through minor leagues and try to break the all-time saves record in Major League Baseball. That's the premise. And that's going to be like a 20-some year career to be able to do that. So I don't know. Oh my goodness! Thanks for the awesome content. I usually have you on while I'm on the job. Thank you for the $5. It means a lot to me. You bought the show 26 last night. I'm a little disappointed with some of the franchise mode stuff that changed. Thank you for the $5, Family Guy and Dorkolicious. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed in some of the. Maybe hit the action button again. Now it's doing what I want it to do. We'll get the middle part later, but this is nice because it lets me just kind of chat too. But yeah, so some of the UI changes in franchise mode I'm not a fan of. It's just going to take some time to get used to. I have to be a Ohtani. I have to be an Ohtani build for my Yankees. Ugh. Oh, you're going to be a dual player. What is that called? Two-way player? I thought about doing that too, but is it going to go aggressive and get into our field over there? We might not have made our path big enough for this. Maybe we'll slow down just a hair. Yeah, a two-way player would be sweet. I thought about doing that for this one, but I figured it's pretty common probably for people, and I don't think people do closers very often. I haven't seen any YouTube series of closers, so I'm hoping maybe that'll pick up some traction. Because those are fun to make. Like, the videos are real low effort because it's just playing and talking while you're playing and then editing out a little dead air. Like an hour and a half it took me to put that video together, which is sweet. I'm going to play that game anyways when I'm not recording Farming Sims, so I was like, might as well. Soybeans, I think that is what we'll put in this field. Enjoy the oil challenge. The 6 year through 10 supercut is dropping in 3.5 hours, and then I'll probably release the mega cut of all 10 years like a month from now. Those are what really drives new audience members. Like that's what helps us find new audience members. Hyped to see the closer series. I tried being a closer in 25, but we usually were losing when they brought me in. That's the thing. Like, I'm not going to give away, like, even on here, who I got drafted by. I'm going to have to, like, play out the beginning of the contract and then, like, dominate and then demand a trade and try to get to a better team. It's kind of what, and that's what I love about Road to the Show, because you're not controlling everything. So, like, if the team sucks, there's no chance to ever break that record. So it's not a guarantee to win that challenge. If I dig into a channel, I love seeing mega cuts versus, yeah, because in NetGeek, that's what we're kind of talking about playlists, and I didn't really mention that, but that's why the mega cuts work so good, because playlists suck on YouTube. And I wish they fixed it, because I feel like a lot of content would get watched better if like you could push, if you're watching a video and you're like, oh, this is part of and it told you this is video 10 of a playlist, you want to start with video 1. I feel like a lot of people would. Supercuts are fantastic for putting on during gaming. Yeah. Or to run overnight. Yep, absolutely. In the background as something to just kind of help. Like I put on podcasts when I'm doing like long recording sessions. Second Chance Gaming. Yeah, we need that. Better playlists. We need it. I was very much interested in the oil challenge and was waiting for the finale. Appreciate you completing it despite the challenge. It's tough. Thankfully we had that blizzard that gave me a lot of time to really just kind of hang out. And working from home, and I actually had some time off recently before the layoff. So, I mean, it's been a while. Oh, BP. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the 20. It's unnecessary, guys. We'll get by. But thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I made this strong. It's one of those, I think it's called W. It's supposed to be like no jitters energy drink. Did not sleep well last night, so gotta get a little more energy. All right, so soybeans, we won't be able to do that until spring. That field over there we'll probably plant in spring, so we could probably progress after cultivating this. Could do lime, I guess. 140 right now. We'll probably go until 2, and then I probably need to start doing some other stuff. Nope. Sorry, just got a text message. Can confirm about the multi-cuts. I think it was your 12-year cut of Cattle Ranch that got me to your channel. Yeah, that's and that's like I was digging deep into the analytics, and the amount of new viewers on smaller episodes has dramatically dropped in the last 12 months on our channel. And then the amount of new viewers on Supercuts is super huge. So I always knew that was the case, but I thought YouTube was still pushing out the smaller ones to new people, but it doesn't seem to be really pushing out much. It's doing like small tests now that the channel's older. So when the channel was newer and the algorithm was trying to figure out like who the audience was, it pushed out to more people. And now it's like there were some videos that had 6,000 views and 2% of those views were new viewers. And so like not understanding YouTube, it's really frustrating when you see that. It's like, come on, my audience loved this video. There's got to be people that aren't part of my audience that want to see it. And it's just this weird thing. And it's ever changing. Like it could, recently the views have been increasing, so I haven't looked that deep in the analytics for the newer videos, but it could be that it's pushing those to newer people as well. Or a lot of subscribers are more interested in the newer series that we started. So it's just a crazy game. YouTube is crazy. And it's, like I said, ever changing. You know, you think you have it figured out, and then there'll be a small tweak that they make to discoverability, and it changes. And I know there's been a lot of big channels that have seen a dive in views over the last 12 months, and has a little bit to do with the UI of YouTube really pushing shorts more than long form content, which is unfortunate. I hope it's a phase. I hope we get out of this like needing instant gratification and 30 seconds of content. I hope we get past that as a society eventually. It's a time and place for it. I get stuck in it, doom strolling sometimes, and I don't know. I don't think it's for the better for our mental state personally. We don't seem to just chill enough as a society anymore. It's just go, 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 go. But it's all about money, right? Everything that these companies' decisions they make, it's all about money. The other channel also got me into a few other games. Ooh, we almost got some crop damage there. I like the mix of both your channels, but this is the main go-to. Yeah, I find it interesting. The games that I play, like outside the sports game, that really breaks the connection. But a lot of the games I play have similar people play them, like City Skylines. I don't play it, but like Truck Simulator and games like that and Farming Simulator do cross over to where I've just never been brave enough to just make this channel variety, the Farming Sim channel variety for the people on Twitch. So I have Farming Sim SWU on YouTube and Socksway up on YouTube. Harry's back, especially the content like FS photo video content like I do, where the shorts platform doesn't mesh well with the content produced. Well, we'll see. Yes, it will. It will. I just don't know when. I have a ridiculously, and I do like, I have an idea that I feel like is so good that I am not saying it out loud because I don't want someone else to do it for City Skylines. Pretty low risk, I think, saying it, but I spent some time, about an hour, trying to figure out how to pull it off. It's just gonna take some time. We harvested it for a little bit. We bought a truck and trailer setup, and it's something that we're debating turning off seasonal growth and just harvesting it when we need it. I'd like some SW. Oh, we damaged some of that crop. SWU City Skylines. I've been watching a bunch of City Planter. Yeah, City Planter. Oh my goodness. City Planner Plays is awesome. I'm gonna go into a bitterness of I didn't give his channel a shot because originally I didn't, because he started his channel about the same time I started the original Socksway Up channel, and I was originally only playing City Skylines on that channel, and I sucked at YouTube. He was, he knew what he was doing building cities, and I just was an amateur. And his channel blew up and mine didn't, and I was like bitter and mad about it. And when I started the farming channel, and then I started getting back into City Skylines afterwards, I could enjoy the beauty of what he was doing. He's in Wisconsin. He lives in Wisconsin. Or I'm pretty sure he does, but yeah. And so like getting back into him when CS2 came out was just like, dude's, he's the GOAT of City Skylines when it comes to the style that he does. There's some other ones that I think do better builds, but the way he makes content is insane. Just knows what he's doing. He just knows what he's doing making content. All right, so now we got to figure out to drive the headland ourselves. So I'm going to shut off speed override for that. We are lowered. Yeah, but Magnolia County is pretty much seems to be inspired by the Upper Peninsula. I mean, down to the desire of a lot of people that live up here to want to be called, or the state of Superior, and not Michigan. The best mod in Farming Simulator is I don't have I have a video of the top 10 essential mods, but they're all PC based. Easy dev controls, easy development controls, #1 mod. I don't even remember the order I put those in. BP, thank you so much for hanging out as always, man. Happy Easter. Yeah, that's Sunday, isn't it? Was that the end of the playlist? State of Superior series, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome. State of Superior is it is a good fantasy though. Like even being openly up here for the short time that I have been, you get the vibe that we're not actually part of the rest of the main, lower Michigan. We're like isolated in our own. Well, technically we are, a bridge away. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to check those out, Family Guy. Like the production ones, and yeah, I think they're both production based. But being able to change the XMLs on the fly basically is what it does. It sounds awesome. Except for the money we get from downstate. Yeah, I haven't gotten too deep into knowing that aspect of Michigan yet. I assume a lot of our survival is based off being part of, the bigger part of the what drives the economy of Michigan is lower Michigan. But I have no idea how that's divvied up. I try to not get into that kind of stuff in general in life. It just stresses me out, so I just try to pretend like it's not a thing. Yeah, the music has moved on. There we go. Yeah, thanks for jumping in. We're probably gonna wrap up here. I'm starting to I'm gonna take a nap because I'm tired, and I'm gonna update my resume. I haven't done that yet, guys. I've been making content. I'm a troll. Love the differences between the two areas. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I finally did the drive last year. I went to Detroit. We went for a Tigers Rangers game, and not a fan of that drive. Once you get over the bridge, it's pretty boring. But we didn't go off. We didn't. We went straight to Detroit. We didn't get to go see any towns that weren't. There didn't seem to be any much off that high on the highway there. Seemed to be pretty boring, and the highway was made it sound like our tires were flat the whole time. It was weird. It was very strange, but I don't know. Being from Arizona, it's a totally different world here. When do you think we'll hit 100? We are tracking for early 2028. The recent bump we've seen in the channel, I haven't ran the calculations for that, but last it was we're at, put it this way, we're gaining less than 1,000 a month, and we have just over 19,000 to go. So that means we're looking at about 19 months at the soonest if we can get back to 1,000 a month. 75 is blah, yeah. Some areas down here to finish. Man, I would love to see this mod added to AI. Like the time we just spent on that, if the AI worker was doing that, would get done so much faster than even Courseplay, I think. The turning around is so much. I wish you could just tell Courseplay to turn around that way. I haven't been able to figure that out. I've done the drive from here, from basically Escanaba to Milwaukee a lot, and I feel like that's a pretty drive. Just keep uploading and you'll get there sooner. Yeah, yeah. I've made some adjustments recently that I think will help us get there. Um, there are some things that like 2025 is all my fault that we didn't grow as much as we could have, and I feel like we're making some changes that should help that. I live in Southeast Michigan for most of my life, then moved up here 6 years ago. Wife went to school up here, and her parents have been for 20 years. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Um, Met my wife in Arizona, and she lived there for most of her adult life, but she's born and raised here. I haven't. I have not watched Escanaba by the Moonlight or In the Moonlight. I've heard it is an absolutely terrible movie, but represents Delta County pretty well. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that 100,000 number. It would be nice, but um, if like YouTube completely shut off, like it just ended, I I I feel like we've already done something special, and like retroactively thinking about it is like the rarity. There's a lot of channels that have a lot of subs, but when you talk about the amount of people that start channels and grow to the size that our channel is, it's we've done something. And for the longest time I didn't let myself look at it that way, and I have been recently, and I think that's really changed my attitude a little bit. um we achieved something whether we gain another sub or not. Like, YouTube is hard, and it gets harder and harder every day with the more and more people on it, and blessed, it's awesome. Escanaba In the Moonlight is that's kind of been the why yeah. Joe Paratalks with You is worth watching. Series was based on Marquette. Check that out. Spent a little bit of time in Marquette so far. We have to go up there for shopping sometimes. There's some options there that we don't have. You know, when Menards isn't good enough, there's a couple more options in Marquette. Iron Mountain's another area we go a little bit. Need some more food options here, though. We're struggling with restaurants right now. Yeah, those are the two stores that I couldn't remember if there was a Home Depot. I knew there was a Lowe's, but we've been there a few times for when we were doing some renovations. We had to go up for some things that we just didn't want to wait for shipping. Iron Mountain as well. We've gone to their Home Depot a few times. I miss Home Depot personally. I'm not a big fan of Menards. Some options in Esky that you don't have. There's some options in Esky that we don't have. I'm not a big fan of Aldi, though. I could live without it. I'm a small creator, and I'm thinking about quitting. There was a man, who was it? One of the things, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. If you do quit, and you really, really, really miss it, and you really, really miss what you were doing, even though you were small, I would say that's when you find out if you really want to do it. I was struck. Like, Socks Way Up channel was going on for like 4 years and had like 1,500 subscribers and a couple videos that had more than 1,000 views. And I, was like, this is who I am as a creator. I don't think I'll ever be good at it. I completely started over with something when I fell in love with Farming Simulator, and it was a totally different experience. So I would say if you do quit, doesn't mean you're done forever, and you'll know if you're trying to start something and I don't know what kind of content you make, but if you're trying to start something to be popular or just to grow a community because you want to versus it's something that you're actually passionate about, and that'll kind of tell you the true story, because it's not for everyone. There's a lot of people out there that are like, I would love to just play video games and make videos of it, and it's content creation that wins, not just let's plays anymore. I'll just word it at that. Don't listen to 906. She's crazy. That's your wife? Oh, that's sweet. So I got 2 members in the same family. That is so awesome. That is so cool. My family does YouTube full-time, or my friend does YouTube full-time. It's always best to look at channel views for perspective. Your total views on the channel are more than the populations of all 4 states. I'd call that impressive. Yeah. Yep. All but 4 states. Yeah, that's it. That is the perspective, and having early success with one video that got over 1 million views and then never doing that again messed with my head, and I let it, and I shouldn't have. I do mainly shorts, but I want to start videos. Yeah, my opinion is like people are gonna make it pop, may be popular with shorts, but I don't feel like that's it's not the same, especially financially if you're trying to make money doing it. Just do the channel to have fun. To whoever said that. Yeah, I think that was a lie I was telling myself for a long time. I started the Farming Sim channel because I wanted to make it on YouTube, and I constantly went back and forth with that, and we're trying to build something and not I don't want to be an amateur anymore. Richard, you're joining right as I'm about to end. Return on investment on shorts is rough. Yeah. In my mind, shorts are a good way to get new viewership. Long form is the way to create longevity and relevance in your community. Yeah, I think if I ever the channel that I love the way he does shorts is Bucked Up. He is using shorts for his community and updating his community on what he's working on and what he's doing, and I love the way he's doing that. And I think that to me is a powerful way to use shorts versus highlights, reels, and stuff like that. I feel like you're gonna get if you do just the highlight reels, you're gonna get people that just want the highlight reels. You're not really gonna connect with you as a person. At work, yes. I love it. I love it. All right, I am going to, speaking of work, start working on some editing and food too, and yeah, and some other stuff. But man, this is a blast. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll try to get a regular schedule depending on how long this phase in life goes. And who knows, it might turn full time. We don't know. Everything is nothing's decided and everything's possible. I'll put it that way. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm Socks Way Up. Peace.